Yeah, I've had a haircut. Alright, let's get into headlines of the week. Jeez. Bloke takes his own clown into work meeting to cope with stress. Heard a little bit about this story. So when you get made redundant, number one, they tell you that you've been made redundant so that you can bring in a support person, a witness. And so this guy's taking the piss and he's taken in a clown who's just, I don't know, making balloon animals in the corner. It's a great way to deal with it in a very mature fashion, and it's not the headline of the week. Man has split penis reconstructed with honey after his genitals eroded. What a roller coaster of a headline that was. So it eroded, causing it to split. I don't even want to know. But at the same time I do, I have so many questions. Why honey? Is it like a glue? I have so many questions. So many. Declassified CIA documents show secret use of photographer spy pigeons in Cold War. What era was the Cold War? I'm not good on history. But like, you've got drones in 2019. That's a drone in the Cold War. I'd love to see how they strap that tiny camera to the pigeon, like they've got the pigeon, they're like wrestling it down. And how did they have such tiny camera technology, and how did it work? Like, was it still exposed in that time? Did they have to just set up a contraption that took random photos at different times? It's intriguing. I don't think I want to know those things though. It's going in the trash. Man, 32 years of age, dresses as a pensioner in wheelchair to travel on 81-year-old's passport. The things you'll do to get cheaper rates. Or is it cheaper rates? Why did he want this passport? Is it because he didn't have his own passport? Is it to get better seating on the plane? That's a long way to go for better seating on a plane. Just ask. He's done a fair effort there. Put it in holding. If it stands the test of the other headlines, we'll have a look into it. Chef ditches job to become dumpster diver and makes £16,000 in 6 months. What's that in Australian? What's the conversion rate? 29 grand in 6 months. I'm going dumpster diving. See ya. I'm not even kidding. I was kidding a little bit. Can't do that, can I? When they say makes £16,000, I believe they mean saves £16,000. She didn't make money by going dumpster diving. She saved money, which is why we're going to put it in the trash. Man sells $325,000 home to set up a sex toy business, and he now sleeps in his office. That is when he can get sleep because there's so much. Is that me phone? Oh, no. It's the new vibrators that have come in. I think that's fine. That's a good idea. If that's what he wants to do with his life, and that's what he wants to do with his business, then we should leave his business alone. No reason you can't sleep in your office, particularly when you own the place. Pretty good headline. Not the headline of the week. Baby born on 9/11 at 9:11 p.m. and weighs 9 pounds 11 ounces. That can't happen. That's amazing. Don't you love it when all the numbers line up? That's fantastic, but it's not a great headline for headline of the week, is it? Continuing the theme of that can't happen, pigeon poops on lawmaker griping about pigeon poop on live TV. Can we please play the footage?
Hopefully they'll... Oh, did I just get?
Yep.
I did, didn't I?
That was a pigeon relieving itself on State Representative Jamie Andrade.
And then put it in the trash. Woman swallows engagement ring in sleep thinking it was all a dream. It's fascinating when these things happen, you know, when something happens in a dream but it's really happening or partially happening. Like you think you're choking and then you wake up because you've rolled over and you've got a pillow over your mouth. But this person legitimately ate a ring. And that's why that is a great headline and is sitting in holding. Yak headed to butcher manages to escape to Virginia mountains. Yay. Chalk one up for the vegans? I don't know. Who eats yak? What does yak taste like? I've had a fat yak beer. What does yak taste like? I guess we're never gonna know because that one got away. Oh, that one's going in the trash, isn't it? 2019 Ig Nobel Awards honor weirdest science discoveries of the year. It's not the Nobel Prize. It's not the actual Nobel. I didn't realize this was a thing. This is so cool. Why is there not more attention being put on this? I want to know what all the weird things are. These are these headlines you hear about throughout the year where it's like, researchers have now found that blah, 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 blah. And you're like, what? Who's doing that research? These people are for these awards. I'm going to put that one up to I've learned something. The Ig Nobel Awards are a thing. about weird science discoveries. The Nobel Prize is about proper science discoveries. This one's about silly ones. I've learned something and it's going in the trash. Woman laughs so hard her mouth gets stuck open while travelling on a train. I mean, take the train out of it. Woman laughs so hard her mouth gets stuck open. That's lockjaw or something. I've always freaked out about something like that happening. Why have they blurred out her face? I guess she doesn't want to be seen. Well, it's going in holding. Let's find out which of these headlines is sticking around for the top 3. Okay, we need to know about the penis that's being reconstructed with honey. We need to know about the woman who swallowed an engagement ring. And I think I have more questions about the woman who laughed so hard she got her mouth stuck open than the dude who dressed up as an 81-year-old. That's going in the trash. Let's find out more about these headlines and find out which one made headline of the week. Strap yourself in. A man has split his penis as it eroded and had it reconstructed with honey. Initially, he went to the doctor with too tight foreskin. Ooh, this is hard to read. I don't know if you do this, but when I hear stories like this, I imagine it myself, and then that is just not a good thing to do. He's had to have it reconstructed with honey after the skin peeled off, leaving him unable to have sex. Do you just go without sex for the rest of your life, or whack a bit of honey down there? I mean, the answer's obvious, isn't it? He first went to the doctor with a foreskin that was too tight. It was found to have multiple non-cancerous tumours all over his genitals. The tumours caused an infection in the 55-year-old Danish man's member, causing the skin to separate. Oh my god! It's a condition called penile denudation.
Denudation or denudation.
Was at first unsuccessfully treated with skin grafts before doctors turned to honey. Why did they decide to turn to honey? Well, because it's got antibacterial properties. They were applied with a satisfying outcome. After a 52-day treatment program, a medical report in the International Journal of Surgery case has concluded. So not only has this guy had the embarrassment of it going out in the medical world, now it's become a story that's gone around the world. After 2 weeks, the tissue began to heal, and by the end of the treatment, he was able to have sex again. Yay! Doctors said the results proved honey could be useful instead of antibiotics in the future and treat killer strains of infection like MRSA. The honey is made from bees in Australia and New Zealand from the nectar collected from manuka trees and has proven anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties. Yay, Australian bees! / trees. Well, that's a fantastic end to that story, isn't it? Everything's all good. He can have sex again. He might even get the honey involved. Not for us to ponder. A woman has swallowed her engagement ring in her sleep, thinking it was all a dream. So she's a sleepwalker. She swallowed her 2.4 carat diamond after dreaming she was on a high-speed train. The only way to protect her ring from approaching bad guys was to swallow it. So what you do in a situation like that, you swallow it. They're not just going to kill you and chop you up for it. She started to realise what she was doing and then went, oh, well, this is a dream, obviously, because I'm on a high-speed train being attacked by robbers for my 2.4 carat diamond ring. So she went back to sleep. She has lots of strange dreams. Probably because she eats cheese before she goes to bed, I'm just assuming there. She's got a history of sleepwalking, even doing her laundry in her sleep, but said she'd never eaten anything in her sleep until now. Well, that's not a good way to start, you know? Start with some cheese, or a snack, a biscuit. Don't start with your ring. She woke up, noticed it was missing from her finger, alerted her fiance, who was skeptical at first. They then went to emergency, got an x-ray of her stomach, which confirmed that it was in her stomach. Doctors then referred her to a gastroenterologist, who advised her she had to have an emergency upper endoscopy. She had to have the surgery. She couldn't rely on her body to naturally expel it. Of course, we all know what that means. I was really happy because I don't know if I can look at it and appreciate it in the same way as if I'd had to search for it. Oh, she wouldn't be able to look at it the same way if she had pooped it out. As for her ring, Evan says her fiance has since given it back to her to wear. She doesn't expect that it'll happen again, but when it pops up as a headline in another 6 months, we'll know it has. And finally, woman laughs so hard her mouth gets stuck open while travelling on a train. This happened in South China. She laughed so hard that she dislocated her jaw and was left with her mouth jammed wide open. She called for help, who knows how. And the staff put out an announcement on the train's public addressing system saying, hey, there's someone who's got their jaw locked open, go and put things in it, it's hilarious. No, they asked for a doctor, of course. Luckily there was one on board. He rushed over, found her unable to speak or close her mouth, so how did she alert? She must have had to do something physically to alert the staff. She was drooling, so initially thought she had a stroke. Took her blood pressure, asked her some questions, learned woman, how did she answer you? She would have to have written it down on a phone or something. Learned that she dislocated her jaw. The doctor said, I warned her that I wasn't an expert, but I knew how to do the procedure. There was a slight chance I wouldn't be able to set it. She was nervous. It failed on the first attempt, so he said go to hospital. But the train staff said, well, it's going to be another hour. She became agitated, wanted it set right away, so he went, well, I'll give it another crack. She was distracted, so she was less tense, got back in place. The passenger revealed that she had dislocated her jaw in the past due to repeatedly vomiting during pregnancy. I mean, bad enough that you've laughed and cracked your jaw open. Imagine being pregnant, vomiting, and then having your mouth. That would not be fun. If you've dislocated your jaw in the past, laughing, yawning, or even just opening your mouth too wide can lead it to happen again. The original Chinese news doesn't report what joke that caused the woman's jaw to dislocate actually was, but perhaps it's for the best. No, I want to know. I want to know what the joke was. Wow, those are all some very strong headlines. For me though, that laughing woman comes in at number 3 with her dislocated jaw. And for this week's headline of the week, it has to be the man whose penis had a bunch of tumours on it, split open, but they managed to get him having sex again by putting some honey on it. Honey from Australia, no less. Unfortunately, the woman swallowing the engagement ring, great story, but not the headline of the week. No, you can't compete with a honey penis. That's it for this headline of the week. Do you agree with my choice? Surely you do. Surely this week you agree with that as the headline of the week. Did you find any other headlines this week that you enjoyed? Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know where you're getting your news from, your weird, odd, strange news story. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a little tap, give that like button a little bit of love. Gentle though, just caress it. Please consider subscribing to this channel for more shows like this and other parody music and all sorts of stuff that randomly pops up whenever I get a chance to do it. And I will see you again soon with something else on this channel, I promise. Love you.